What we're going to do, we're going to go through, we just went through the basic 7 steps of the storyboard. We're going to go through this 3 more times to kind of get everybody an idea of the flow, but it's different kinds of examples of how to use a storyboard. But one thing that you can see in this is it's the same 7 steps. Now, are there different ways to do storyboards than how Hazelton's doing them? Absolutely. However, the one thing that you will see, whether you see a storyboard in corporate, whether you see a storyboard at Alcoa, whether you see it in Hazelton, no matter where you see the storyboard, you will still be able to identify the 7 same steps. The same steps of the definition of flow on the board. What is flow defined as? Is it hit or miss? The live raw data. The immediate conversion to information, not the wasteful log or database that you've got someplace that nobody's ever going to look at. The immediately, as soon as the incident happens, the immediate conversion into information. The actions that we're taking to address the big bars on the Pareto on that information. The long-term effectiveness tracking. And then there'll be some kind of tensioning. Back to the flow. They'll have the same 7 steps, no matter what kind of storyboard that you're looking at. You should be able to identify, if it's being done correctly, the same 7 components. Okay. To demonstrate, that you can use a storyboard for any different topic, this next topic that I'm going to go through, actually when Mike Roeder came to Hazelton and he taught me how to do storyboards, it took a couple of days because I'm a thickhead. I went home, we had a problem at home, and I used a storyboard to solve a problem at home using the same basic steps. The problem was that we were wasting gas in the house and my wife was yelling at me every night. So I needed to fix this. The reason she was is because I had kids that were missing bus. So I needed to increase in harmony, and I need to stop wasting gas. And they had a school bus. They need to catch the bus instead of her running to school every day. It was either hit or miss. The live raw data was I have 2 kids, twice daily, 4 events per day. So I needed to take this live raw data of getting on the bus, whether at school or at home, times 2 kids, and I needed to turn that into information. And this is the information that it turned into. I've got 2 kids, Deanna and Dimitri. Deanna, who's 16 years old, had 0 events. Dimitri's got 18.
Oh, God.
18. There were 18 events in the morning, 0 in the afternoon. On Mondays, there were 12. Tuesdays, there were 3. Wednesdays, 2. Thursdays, 0. And there was 1 event on a Friday. So that's my information. I took the live raw data and I turned it into information. Am I going to go talk to Deanna?
No.
Does it have anything to do with catching the bus at school?
No.
It has to do with getting up in the morning and getting on a bus, and it's only about Dimitri. So we need to go to our action plan. And here were the actions. The first action was yelling. That was my wife's department. It didn't work, he still missed the bus. The second action was that he was going to be grounded. That didn't work, he still missed the bus. The third action, she got this bright idea that because I leave for work earlier in the morning before the kids catch the bus, that she would call me at work to come home, get Dimitri, and take him to school, and somehow that he wouldn't miss the bus if he knew Dad had to come back home. But he's not afraid of me. So he still missed the bus. Then we decided, well, I need to get him up before I leave in the morning. So I go to his, just before I was leaving, before I go to his bedroom door, I'd knock on the door. He'd have to get up, open the door, and say good morning. Turn on the light and say good morning. And I would stand there and say good morning until he stopped grunting and said good morning. But the problem is, as soon as I started walking down the steps, I could hear his bed springs. He was plopping right back down in bed. The next step, step number 5 action, was nighttime preparation. He couldn't find his shoe, he couldn't find his favorite shirt, he couldn't find his books, he couldn't find his stuff in the morning. So we said, okay, nighttime preparation. Lay out your clothes right here, here's all your books, here's your favorite shoe, all your stuff, your clothes and everything. But he's a pretty bright kid, so he figured because everything was already laid out, he had some extra time, so he just kind of took some extra sleep time. And he still missed the bus. So the last event, the last one was the action that worked, and he hasn't missed the bus since. What happened was, it was on a Friday, and I come home, he had missed the bus that morning, and I come home from work, and he said, as soon as I got in the door, he said, "Am I punished?" I said, "Nope, I want you to put on your tennis shoes tomorrow morning, and I want you to come see me, about 8 o'clock, down in the family room." I said, "Okay." So Saturday morning, he comes down to the family room with his tennis shoes on. He said, "Okay, where are we going?" So "We're going to school." I said, "Okay." So we walk outside, and he goes over and he stands by my truck. I said, "No, Dimitri, we're walking to school." And the school's about 4.5 miles away. And there's all kinds of big old hills. So we walk, I said, as we were leaving the house, as we're going down the driveway, I said, "Dimitri, how long do you think this is going to take?" "So about 30 minutes. 9-mile round trip, 30 minutes. As we were coming back up the hill to the house, his butt was dragging. "Dad, I'll never miss the bus." And I said, "That's good, Dimitri, because the next time that you miss the bus, you're going to walk to school, and I'm going to follow behind you in the car and honk the horn the whole way." And he hasn't missed the bus since, but let's check the long-term effectiveness tracking. So, this was the definition of flow. Kids getting on the bus. It was either hit or miss. Here is the live raw data. The chart showed you what the information was, what it got turned into. Here's what the actions were that we took. The long-term effectiveness tracking, this started last school year started. 7 times in the May before, there were 8 times in September, there was 3 in October, and since October of last year, or November of last year, he hasn't missed the bus since. So the next thing we're working on is doing a storyboards up in the kitchen to work on his grades. And the long-term effectiveness tracking hasn't demonstrated that we're working on the right stuff, or I'm getting the wrong live raw data, or there's something messed up here, because the grades aren't, the long-term effectiveness tracking is not showing that we're getting to the root cause of his grade situation. Why can't he just be like his sister? She's such an angel. And he loves it when I say that. So let's talk about a business case. We need to safely deliver line 5